A customer can be defined in different ways, as can a client. How do you know when a customer is a client? Or the other way around? Should you treat a customer any differently than you would a client? Does it even matter? Well, before I answer that question, let's look at a few things that may define the difference between customer and client. Longevity. A graphic designer may work with a client for a 6-month-long project. A stockbroker may handle one client's portfolio for 20 years. However, longevity becomes irrelevant in business that have customers for life. The customer who visits a clothing shop every single year to purchase a suit, some ties, a pair of shoes, will probably never become a client in this scenario. However, the relationship between the shop and that lifetime customer can easily outlast those of the designer or the stockbroker. The takeaway? Both the longevity and customer lifetime value of the clothing store customer might be greater than the design client or the investor. Longevity is generally not a good differentiator of customer versus client. Scope of work and industry. Historically, certain industries have adopted different terms, and these have dictated the usage. Retail stores, whose patrons generally only re-engage with the store and its staff when they need something new, have historically used the term customer. Other industries regularly consider their paying customers as patients or clients. A few industries that commonly use the word client are advertising, real estate, business consulting, legal services, and financial planning. So, scope of work is a reason these industries have historically adopted the term client. But another reason has also been due to the depth of the relationship with the customer. The depth of the relationship refers to the level of involvement and time you have with a customer. BusinessDictionary.com defines customer in a purely transactional way, involving the consumption of goods and services. The relationship is not very deep, but the same site's definition for client is geared towards the involvement of a, quote, professional service provider. Typically, hiring someone for their specific set of skills, an attorney, an agent, a PR professional, makes you their client and implies that the relationship is much deeper and requires more involvement. An article in the Houston Chronicle weighed in on the customer versus client subject as well. Quote, where products or services need a lot of personalization and customization, patrons are often thought of as clients. The depth of relationship, which is often tied to industry, is probably the most common differentiator of when someone is called a customer or a client. Yet, the line is becoming more blurred as technology, affordable CRM systems, and customer experience design is resulting in more organizations personalizing interactions and deepening relationships with those people that are traditionally labeled customers. So what does all this mean? Does the label you use to refer to your customers make a difference? On the one hand, the label is mere semantics and does not determine whether an organization creates hero-class customer experiences. On the other hand, language matters, and the term client gives the implication of a person who is more than just a transaction and who deserves attention, care, and a relational approach. If a retail store employee called someone a client instead of a customer, would they treat that person any differently? Would they be more attentive? Would the quality of service be any different? Perhaps, but it's unlikely unless the word has deeper cultural ramifications within the organization. It's more about the view of the customer than the label on the customer. In the end, it really doesn't matter if you call your customers customers, as long as you always treat them like clients. And if you want to learn more about how to treat your customers like clients and turn your team into customer heroes, make sure to check out our Rapid Hero virtual training courses at customersthatstick.com.